Hey guys, this is Mason, and you're listening to the Lunchtime Podcast. So some news. Justin left the podcast. Yeah, apparently he had more important stuff to do, but he was just too boring. But anyway, so I was looking at the news the other day, and I live in Canada, which is slightly better than the US. This is one reason why Canada's probably better than the US. So it was on CTV News. 2 girls plan to kill classmates and drink their blood. And I can't believe it, because like, you think girls, they're 11 and 12, you think they would be normal, but it's crazy. They said their plan was to kill at least one student, but they were hoping to kill anywhere from 15 to 25 because they would go to hell, and so they could be with Satan. I don't think they understand what Satan looks like. I think for them, Satan is like this guy, kind of looks like Harry Styles, has great hair, has rock hard abs, that handsome Satan. But I think Satan's more a guy with a beer belly and balding. So kind of like my old teachers, balding is like probably a drug addict. I think that's Satan, but I don't think Satan's Harry Styles or whatever teenage girls like to fantasize about. But apparently it's because Satan, apparently they were watching too much horror movies. I can only imagine what they were thinking about, like killing students. They're probably like in their basement and they're like, oh my god, Melissa, what would be funny? What? Janisa, I think we should go kill some people. And they brought a pizza cutter, 4 knives, and a knife sharpener. Why would you need to bring a knife sharpener in there? Like, you already have the knife sharpener, just, why do you have to, just sharpen your knives at home? That's what I would do. I'm smart. I'm a smart serial killer. So just sharpen the knives at home. You don't even need a pizza cutter. Like, do you cut them up? Do you cut the human bodies once you're done with them? Cut them up, slice pieces, and be like, we can eat them later. Put them in the Ziploc bags. And they want to just kill themselves later. Like, what are they doing? But like, Melissa, we should go kill them. Oh my god, great idea. And they go upstairs. And they're like to their parents. His dad's like recently divorced, and he's just sitting on the couch and he's like drinking 10 beers. And you're like, hey Dad, do you have any pizza cutters and knives and knife sharpeners and some Ziploc bags? And and he's like, again, fine, because obviously I don't know. It's like, okay, Melissa, I don't care. There's a reason why I got divorced with your mom, and she gave you to me, and I was like, oh. But anyway, they were watching scary movies and over the house. We're like, probably, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess they. Like, what kind of scary movie would you watch that makes you want to kill people? I have a lot of scary movies that would make me want to kill people, but, like, no, not really. Yeah, actually, not really, but it's crazy. I do watch some movies that make me want to kill myself, and they're normally Amy Schumer movies. Amy Schumer, probably the most trashiest person I can think of right now, and every time I just watch her, it's like, oh, I want to die. So train wreck. Amy Schumer, and she was most known. She came in the scene in 2013 with the debut of her Comedy Central sketch, Inside Amy Schumer, and she created that, produced, and wrote and starred in. And I think that's pretty impressive, because not everyone can do that. But then she made a movie in 2015 named Trainwreck, and that's what I describe her in the movie. I call it, that movie is literally a train wreck. Her new movie, Snatched, is pretty trash. So, there's a lot of reasons why Amy Schumer is pretty trash. She steals jokes a lot. In her show Inside Amy Schumer, she did a sketch named Slap Chef, which apparently it's a new kind of weight loss program in which chefs cook for you and then slaps the food out of your hands before you can eat it. And that's a pretty good joke. I think it's a pretty good joke. But then that was basically a joke by this female named Kathleen Madigan in 2011, where it's like, I get why poor people are fat, but Oprah, you're a billionaire. You have enough money to pay a man to stand there and literally slap shit out of your hand before you put it in your mouth. And that's, like, I guess it could be just, like, a coincidence. But it was basically the same idea, and yeah. And again, she does another one called Sleep Gym, where you're put into a coma and trainers work you out while you're still knocked out. This is so weird. That's basically one of the jokes from the Kathleen Madigan, which is basically the same joke. Kathleen Madigan's joke was basically her skit. And so these are two examples. I find that pretty damning evidence, to be honest. And, she does lots of racist jokes, but, I think racist jokes are fine. Like, racist jokes, I find they are okay. Because if you're not offending anyone, what's the point of the joke? Sometimes when you're making fun of yourself, you're offending yourself. And that's still offending. I think offensive jokes are the key to good comedy. So she does some jokes and she says it's just taboo, and like I understand. No, there's not a lot of bad things. That's like basically the bad thing. But she says, basically she's not that bad of a person. There could be worse people. And I was reading news again about The Simpsons. It's one of my favorite shows. I like it, but not good anymore. And I heard that The Simpsons was quietly, and they're gonna axe Apu, the Indian character, because of a racial controversy. I think that's kind of weird, because they said he was a stereotypical depiction. Yeah, that makes sense. You can tell, but like, I don't get the point. And now I'm reading this article. I'm saying it's just really weird. It says that they say it's a bad stereotype into a realistic portrayal of Indians in America. And it's true. I'm not racist, but I mean, it's true. Lots of TV shows do this with Asians, and I understand most of the time because those things are true. Lots of them say, Asians like to save money. That's why I say, come on, you've never seen an Asian person to the family and they run out of soap. They just put water in there and make more soap. And that's like, oh my god, Mom, that's not real soap. She's like, oh, no, honey, it's real soap. I'm like, oh, okay, calm down. And they come at you with the chopsticks and they start stabbing. How dare you insult my soap making? I'm like, okay. Yeah, you would know. You went to China. You've probably been in one of their factories before. And they're like, "Argh," and start beating me up. And so this guy, where is it? I'm looking at it. This guy, his name is Harry Kondabolu. I don't know how to pronounce it. I probably ruined it, botched it horribly. But he produced a documentary called The Problem with Apu. And it's like, it might be stereotyping the South Asian community with the character. And that's true, they are. That's the point. It's the joke. I don't think these guys understand comedy as much. All these SJWs, they're trying to ruin comedy, is what I think. And it's just not that good, And it sparked heated debate. Of course it did. Everyone's so sensitive these days. You touch them the wrong way, and they're like, ah! And it's weird because I'm like, oh my god. And he said, I also said that Apu was the Southeast Asians, the only representation of Southeast Asians on U.S. television, and other children imitated the Kiwi E-Mart owner to make fun of him. And I was like, they probably did, but lots of these white kids at my school, they imitate Asians, blacks, other prominent white kids, lots of people told me don't bring race into it, but I'm gonna bring race into it. It's mostly just, I've never seen an Asian person insult any other race. Well, not publicly, of course, but, and also, but, people also hate this guy, apparently, because Apu fans, and a lot of these Apu fans are Indian, and they have blamed the comic for the character's fall, and I think that's the big problem. He was really a big part of the show, everyone in The Simpsons, they all connect in one way, and makes a really good, funny community. But then people can't. They're like, he's a bit racist. But everything else in The Simpsons is racist. You could say that they're imitating white people. Wrong. Well, I don't know. They're all yellow colors. So I would think he's white. It's fine. But crazy people doing crazy things. And, it's crazy. It makes me kind of feel sad. Now, Elon Musk is big right now because he was smoking weed. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, look at this man. But give him a break. You know how old he is? He's pretty old right now. So, he can't even smoke weed. Come on, guys. Be a bit nicer. But he tweeted this after, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not sure. He said, I'm considering to take Tesla private at $420, funding secured. And everyone's like, oh my god, you can't do this. And he's like, no way, I can't. And then Elon Musk was like, no, it's fine, And now it scared some people apparently. And people are like, Elon Musk. And now he's getting sued. Oh my god, you can't get sued. I don't, why are you getting sued over this? It's sued by the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, because of the tweet of, the taking Tesla private at $420. And he said that the tweet caused the Tesla shares to climb 11%, and it constitutes fraud for containing false and misleading statements, as Musk never discussed the going private transaction at $420 per share with any potential funding source. And I think people like these, they never had a childhood. They were born with a white hair and 5 lines in their forehead. They come out growling. I don't think people understand the joke. It's just crazy. People I think Elon Musk is the Seth Rogen of technology, and really it's just, you shouldn't believe everything he says. You should never believe anything Elon Musk says, and it's crazy. And but he said, it's okay, Elon Musk is fine, $20 million, he has a net worth over the billions, so, I forgot, but Elon Musk also called the guy, one of the guys helping the Thai cave, problem with all the Thai children stuck in. He called one of the rescue divers a pedo guy. And it's why would he do that, Elon? I understand the 420 joke, but I don't understand the pedo guy joke. So are you calling everyone who helps children pedophiles? Because, that makes sense, I bet all teachers, 90% of teachers are pedophiles. But I think that guy, Elon, you can do better than that. I guess it's just because he had a rough childhood. That's what they all say. I had a rough childhood. Yeah, that's what they all say. But you shouldn't always be that, Elon. And he's like, dude, he told during the podcast, one of the podcasts, he's like, dude, I can't believe I'm being sued for this. Like, I can't believe you're being sued for this, Elon. And I swear, I had a teacher back in grade 7, and he just loved Elon Musk. Elon Musk was his dad, almost. And me and my friends had a real good plan to skip out of work in class. So we would just say, "Hey, yo, Mr. Teacher, have you heard about Elon Musk?" And he's like, "Oh," he lights up, and then we do no work for the rest of the period because he's just looking at Elon Musk photos and videos. And that was a great way to spend my grade 7. I learned a lot about how to evade work. But anyway, I think that's good enough for us today. This is Mason. I hope you guys had a great time listening. Anyway, have a great day. You've been listening to the Lunchtime Podcast.